Okay, it's Monday morning and this week is a working week. We won't be doing lots of work all at once. I've made my mind up. I'm going to phase this work in small amounts. Not necessarily only one amount a day, perhaps several goes during the same day, but I've got staging to build and stain. Yeah? And in the process of building that staging, that's called work. So I thought it might be a good idea to put my workbench together, which I bought a long time ago and have never put together. And once I get that together, that brings things up to waist height. So things like putting the staging together at waist height, using the drill and things, it'll be a lot easier. So that makes sense. So the strimmer's been put together. We had language putting that together. The instructions were not clear, but we've done it and tried it out and it works. We get the workbench put together. I'm just going to do that now. I will film it, but I'm going to speed it up. That's boring. It's just putting, well, I don't even know what tools I'm going to need till I get it out the box. And then we'll have a whiz round the garden and film the before look, which can go on the end of this. And then we'll do the after look in stages, probably as the work progresses during the week. And in amongst all that, I've still got to look after my bonsai, do some weeding in the garden and look after my orchids. So it's a busy week. It's one of those weeks where it could get on top of me and I start getting stressed, and when I get like that, I don't want to start anything because I can't see the end, if you see what I mean. So I'm going to break it up into little pieces, and the first little piece was yesterday, put the strimmer together and try it out. The next little piece is put the workbench together. So actually I'm not going to film that. I'll just film it when it's put together so you can see it. So I'll add that bit on. Right, doesn't actually look like I need any tools. There's a spanner and things in the bag of bits. 2 legs, 2 windy things, 2 foot braces, I think those are, looking at the picture. Yeah, those are the bits that go across the bottom to hold it steady, and the 2 wooden tops. It's even got it's got holes for positioning pegs to hold things. It's even got a protractor on it. So let's get it together. Right, I've got it together. Relatively straightforward, quite honestly. It's got the timber pieces on here are on pivoting brackets, so there's release buttons, release locks, and you can tip these over sort of 45 degrees or upright, so you could have these pieces of timber upright and sandwich something in between, or at 45 degrees to take a square piece sort of thing and hold it. And obviously these go in different places to grab hold of odd shaped things. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. And yeah, I think having stuff on top of that to work on at waist height is going to be a lot easier than trying to work off the floor. So it's been in the box in the shed for absolutely ages. So long ago that I don't even know where I got it from. So it's a good job there was nothing wrong with it. Anyway, it's done. Relatively simple. We did use a little bit of language here and there, but that was mainly because I haven't got a magnetic screwdriver to hold the small screws to fix that timber to the underside of the brackets. So you had to line the hole in the bracket up with the pre-drilled hole in the wood and put this tiny little screw in. I must get a magnetic screwdriver. Anyway, it's done. That's that bit done. Okay, this is a quick look round for the before look. Now, taking all this down and trimming and tidying all this is for when Hannah's down, because I'm going to need the steps. So that doesn't come into this bit. This bit is geared up to using the strimmer and getting the patio bit sorted. But I want to take this ivy back here and back there, and here I want to take it right back to whatever is down the bottom of that sloping bit, and all that round that pot and all that ivy that's going up in there. I want all of that gone, and again down, tidy the path so that, you know, it's growing over the path will be gone soon, This can have a trim while we're at it. I think it's older, but that come from nothing. So that's all this year's growth. It's a bit of a nuisance really. But this is the problem, is all these weeds growing out of the cracks. So the idea is to use the strimmer to cut those back to bare, and then put the chemical on there to stop it growing again. And again, the strimmer comes along here. We get the bonsai staging done, or at least part of it done, so that these trees have got something to go on proper instead of having to sit on a chair, because they don't look very elegant, but I need them up off the ground. And then again, use the strimmer to come along here and take this edge back nice and neat. Clear all these cracks out. Clear all these cracks out. You can see the bits that have been done, that Hannah did. So this is the rest of it that's got to be done. And then we have to weed this area, because this area is starting to get quite weedy now. It is actually, some of the stuff that was planted in there is actually growing okay. I mean, this is one of the geraniums coming up here, so that's growing okay, and there's another one in there coming on. But yeah, this is all weeds coming up now, so this has got to be weeded. There's oak trees coming up everywhere. So that's the before look, yeah. And obviously all the bags and everything have got to go up the tip, and at some point the bags will have to be moved, because I'm not sure whether Hannah actually did the cracks in the paving in that area before she put the bags there. I can't remember. So yeah, that's the pre-look before we tidy it all up. And I'm quite looking. This rubbish edging, it's just falling apart, it's rotten. So I think I'm just going to chuck it up in the hedge somewhere out of sight, because it's the posts that it's fixed to have just rotted and the whole thing's falling apart. So I presume that goes all along there, but it doesn't work. It's cheap, nasty stuff. So anyway, so that's it. That's the task in hand, and you can see how bad it's got here. You know, it's the edge is back there somewhere. All this has grown in the cracks and come out from the side. It all needs a good clear up. So that's what we'll be up to. I'll add this bit on the end. If anybody knows anything about bamboo, do you know what's going on here? Those huge big spikes coming out the top of the bamboo, to me, look awfully like some sort of flower spike. And I was once told when I was young that if a bamboo flowers, it dies. So anybody that knows anything about bamboo, any idea what those big long spikes are sticking out the top? They've grown really quickly. The bit on the end.